What has two hooks, no verses, and a fade at 150 in? Your average 2025 music banger hit. Caught ya, right? Yeah. Hey. Don't just turn off this podcast now and go over to TikTok to prove me wrong or right, actually. If you contrast your current music with the 70s prog rock, 90s hip hop, there was storytelling in there. And now, I mean, I don't even say your playlist is broken, but music right now is just optimized for skip buttons. Sawadee Krap and welcome to another episode here for the Funky Pod, Mindful Media and Music. And why this podcast? Well, because today, allow me to do this one time. I will not do it many other times. I'll try. But hey, old man yelling at the TikTok clouds. Because 2025, have you seen how short songs are right now? Your average song is shorter than your TikTok attention span. What in the world is happening? Okay, you have a hook in the first 7 to 10 seconds. Nice. And then that's it. Then you can just, because you only need 10 seconds for your reel, right? That's all you need. That's why all those songs now have like this quick hook, like a nice. I was about to say verse, but I don't know verses anymore. There are only hooks, and then that's it. Do you remember? No, you don't. When I was your age, I bought albums, okay, on CD, but I downloaded albums via LimeWire, and it took hours, and I was happy with it. And now we have wide playlists. We have lyrics that are engineered, and I'm not making this up. They're engineered for clips. They're like those relatable one-liners. Oh my God, he, she, they, them, they know me so well. Yeah, AI made it, okay? AI made it. They fed like all your stats, all your data, Gen Z, emo, whatever, 23-year-old, make a song for that person. That's what came out. We have AI ghost tracks, and I use Suno too, and it's fun. We have AI ghost tracks flooding Spotify right now. Them getting millions of listens. This is not a collapse, right? I'm not saying like music industry is collapsing, but it's an adaptation to, let's be honest, to broken incentives. Because why should you do it any differently? And that's the actual question right now. Why should you do it any differently? So the industry logic behind that, right, is you have a per stream payout. So if the tracks are shorter, you have more streams, you have more cash. Understood. Stupid, but understood. How else would you count who gets more money? Well, there are different ways to do it. And you could just go like estimated minutes watched, right? Or you go in YouTube videos, for example. Minutes listened. You have playlists as gatekeepers. Like the mood tags are more important than artistry right now. Right? Go to Spotify and try to find something new. How do you do it? You click on Discover Weekly, you get on like new releases. That's all the same based on your algorithm, what you listen to on a daily. Then maybe of those different moods, like workout mood or like, chill vibes or whatever. It's all mood playlists. Nothing artistic there. Or, oh God, you see me already like going into like super old man mode, but TikTok dictates the structure right now of music. That's why all the songs are like front loaded with hooks. I listened to a podcast the other day of a musician, actually, a German musician. He said, Spotify streams are not as important anymore. What really matters to me to see whether or not my song is going to do well are TikTok streams or TikTok using my music, users using my music to create content before I even release it. Because if I know that people on TikTok using it already, then I know it's going to be a success on Spotify. So put all the hooks in the front and at the end, who cares? No one cares what's at the end. You just have like strong 10 seconds and then nothing matters anymore. And that's also why labels, right? Labels invest in data scientists, not in talent scouts anymore, as they used to do. So now it all goes towards data. And I teach data analysis at uni, so I'm not against using data to make decisions. But when it comes to music, you still should use data to make decisions. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying go back to vinyl or anything. Actually, it was kind of cool. In the good old radio days, no, don't. It was not great. It was also broken, and you had to know people and blah. So I'm not saying it was all better. But what I do say is that right now we're creating music for the algorithm and not for ears. Okay? And I think that's a problem. And to make that point, let me get ready with my teaching voice. Theory corner. Here we go. I've got 5 theories for you. A few you might hopefully remember. Okay. So first, when it comes to pop culture, there's this base theory that everybody has. A study talking about pop culture by Adorno and Horkheimer. Adorno from the Frankfurt School, like a very famous German, and then went to, I think the Frankfurt School turned into the Glasgow School, if I'm not mistaken, back then. So he was very famous talking about like pop culture, how pop culture affects society and so on, okay? So, and they talk about also what they call the cultural industry. And what they also say is that they say like, okay, once we see trends, and it was back in the day when there was only like, if you type in Adorno to YouTube, you see interviews in like all black and white with like shitty quality. So that's how old it is, okay? So, and he talked about that sameness is now being disguised as choice. I think we see this now more than ever, more than when he actually gave the interview. Because everything is the same. You hook at the front, get attention, and then just whatever. Right? Everything is the same. Same, just to make a point. So you see, I'm not just hating on music. Go to Netflix. You're going to scroll forever. Why? Because it's all the same. It's like, hey, you have so many different choices, but it's all the same. If I watch A or B, doesn't really matter. Very similar. Same with the music. Let's be honest. It's all the same. Okay? You have so many different choices of the same. This leads me to one of our friends again, Jean Baudrillard, who talked about hyperreality and the simulacra. Okay? So simulacra basically means like the process from something that's real to something that's becoming more hyper-real. If you want more about hyperreality, you listen to previous podcast episodes. In this case, what it means for us, when we talk about music, we see like tracks just as like empty signs. Yeah, so the tracks don't mean as much anymore. They're detached from meaning. If you were to buy an album, let's say in the 90s, 2000s, there was a story behind an album. For example, like one song led to another song, led to another song. They all told a story together. Right now, that doesn't happen that often anymore. Yeah, I know Taylor does it. Stop. You don't have to yell at me. But not many artists can tell those stories. And I'm not hating on the artists particularly. Well, more so on the record labels and the managers and TikTok, for example, okay? Because they make artists go down that road, okay? You don't have to have meaning. You just need to be catchy. That's unfortunately it. So tracks are now empty signs, detached from meaning. Okay. Another one, it's called Structures of Feeling. Okay, it's by Raymond Williams, and he said, even shallow tracks, because right now it's just tracks don't have meaning. Even shallow tracks, they reveal generational vibes. So it's more about the vibe than it is about the meaning, so to speak. Okay, so if you hit the right vibe, the meaning doesn't really matter as much. Because, in the first 10 seconds, yeah, I'm vibing with it. So cool. And this leads to one of my favorites. It's called, It's called free labor. The theory of free labor is free labor. Okay, free labor. Why? Because fans actually now end up curating content with those tracks, right? They curate, they skip, they share. So fans actually are the free labor. They're putting in the labor to either make it a hit or not make it a hit. Okay? So we have basically unpaid labor feeding the system, smart actually by the record labels, that and either push it to the moon or kill it before it's even starting to take off, before it's even trying to take off. Okay. And we also can talk about what we call then the subcultural capital, if you will. Like when we talk about like pop culture studies, for example. So you can see that there's like resistance in like niche and underground platforms, if you will, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, and so on. So there is a resistance to like that algorithm heavy based monster that's out there with Spotify, TikTok, Apple Music, whatever it might be. So every time this happens, if there's like this monster in charge of something, then there will be subcultural niches trying to find a way around, out, behind, which is also happening right now. So that's the resistance, so to speak. So the resistance is there. I hope it's not futile. And let's hope that the resistance actually gets some more attention, because it definitely deserves it. The last one in the theory corner is just called noise. There are so many people talking about like what noise is when it comes to media and communication. And so I'm just wanted to mention it once too, because in this case, I focus on the one that talks about noise and music. Not in a noisy way, but like what does noise mean? It means that music always predicts the future society. So yeah, it showed you what people thought of. And when like protest songs caught on, and you're like, oh, the society is changing. Society wants this. Society wants that, right? Society likes certain things and puts value on certain things, for example. And they sing songs about it and it catches on. It means people are really into it. Now, music doesn't predict the future anymore. It predicts algorithmic control. Because, hey, algorithm, you tell me what I listen and what I'm like, what I have to like. Just tell me. We don't buy music anymore. We lease it by the vibe. And you know what? I was about to stop yelling at the cloud, but I'm going to keep yelling at the cloud for another like 2-3 minutes, and then I will stop yelling at the cloud. You look at the current charts, top 100. What's topping those charts right now? TikTok sped up versions. Playlists that are topping everything. Spotify, chill beats to study, chill beats to try. Those playlists are the top playlists, right? Songs that are topping it. The fake AI Drake The Weeknd song that fans now prefer compared to originals. Main character songs. It's like a lifestyle now, right? It's not art anymore. It's like you have the soundtrack to your main character because you're the main character. It's a switch. So I'm not hating on all those things I'm saying. I'm just saying there's a big switch there. And the underground resistance that I mentioned, right? Sure, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, whatever. But we also see like vinyl revival, which is cool. That's why I hesitated earlier when I mentioned vinyl, German, sorry. Vinyl in German is a vinyl, right? Vinyl. Indie collectors are also, booming is too much, but are also seeing like some more adoption again, which is cool. So the question we still have to ask is like, is music dead? Yeah. Or just zombified right now? And I think, because I know you really want to know what I think, sorry, but I told you, this is my Yelling at Cloud podcast episode today. I think that the real artistry survives, but it's drowned by filter and filler too. Filter and filler, actually, because real artistry is getting filtered out, replaced by filler music, I think. I think right now the underground is where authenticity migrates to, and that's good and bad. It's good that there's a place. It's sad that it's hard to find on major platforms, I think. And I think until payouts change, algorithms will keep ruling the sound because there's no incentive to change anything. So music, generally overall, music did not sell out. I'm not saying music sold out. I'm saying music was never even invited to the meeting. Are you an artist? Are you a musician? Let me know what you think. Am I exaggerating? Am I missing the point? Let me know what you think. Shout out in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. You know the deal. Until then, stay safe. Take care. Support your favorite real musician. And we'll talk again soon. Bye.